Good morning, students. Welcome back to online chemistry classes. I hope you all are safe and healthy at your home. As we know that we have already completed 2 chapters in chemistry, today we will start with the 3rd chapter, and the name of the chapter is Mixture and Their Separation. So let us begin. Introduction. All the substances are broadly classified into 2 groups, pure substances and mixtures. If we look around us, there are many substances around us. Some are living, some are non-living. But we will deal with the non-living substances mainly over here. If we talk about them, we see there are different type of substances. Now, all the substances can be broadly categorized into 2 groups. One group is of pure substances and another group is of mixtures. So, what are pure substances? A pure substance consists of particles of only one kind. And these pure substances we have already discussed in the previous lessons. What are the 2 main pure substances? Elements and compounds. And we have already studied about these 2. Element and compounds are 2 types of pure substances. Why are they called as pure substances? Because element is made up of one kind of atoms, example gold, as well as compound is made up of one kind of molecules, example water. So both of them, elements and compounds, both are called pure substances because they are made up of one kind of particle, either atom or either molecule. So they are called pure substances. This is one broad category of substances. Now let us consider some of the characteristics of pure substances. A pure substance has a definite composition. It means either a pure substance will be made up of atom or either it will be made up of molecules, and atoms and molecules will be of same kind of atoms or same kind of molecules. If we consider this picture over here, we can see a piece of gold, and if we see very closely in the picture, piece of gold is made up of many tiny atoms, and if you see carefully, all the atoms are of same kind. Second picture is showing molecules of water. Molecules of water which are made up of 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So in a water, it is a kind of a pure substance and it is made up of molecules and which are of same kind of molecules. So first property, a pure substance has a definite composition, either atom or either molecule. Second property, a pure substance has a definite set of properties. Again, coming back to the picture, in this piece of gold, all the atoms which you can see are having the same properties. they are representing the same properties. Whereas in a molecule of water also, if we take small amount of water from a glass of water, that small amount of water will be having that same molecules of water as that glass of water, and all the molecules of water will be representing the same properties. So all the molecules will be representing the similar properties, whereas all the atoms will also be representing a similar properties. Third characteristic is a pure substance has a fixed melting and boiling points. Now, for example, ice. Ice has a fixed melting point of 0 degrees Celsius, while water has a fixed melting point of 100 degrees Celsius. So a pure substance always have its fixed melting point as well as boiling point. Melting point means the point at which the ice will melt. Boiling point means the point at which, or the temperature at which the water will boil or start boiling. It is called boiling point or melting point. The last characteristic is a pure substance cannot be separated into its components by physical means. Cannot be separated. Now, you cannot separate the atoms in this piece of gold by heating it or by cooling it. These are the physical means, or by hand picking it. If I ask you to pick up one atom or two atoms from this piece of gold, will it be possible for you? No, because a pure substance cannot be separated into its components by physical means, by hand picking, by cooling, or either by heating. You cannot heat the gold piece and separate its atom. You cannot cool the gold piece and separate its atoms. Same goes with molecule of water. If I ask you to separate oxygen and hydrogen from one molecule of water, will you be able to separate it? No. You cannot separate the molecule of water by physical means, but by chemical means it is possible, but not by physical means. So these are the characteristics of pure substances. Now coming on the main topic of the chapter, that is mixtures, and this will be the main focus for us in this chapter, because the name of the chapter is also mixture and their separation. So what are mixtures? Mixtures are the second category of a substance. Definition of a mixture is: a mixture constitutes of molecules of two or more substances. It can be molecules of element, it can be molecules of compound, or it can be molecules of both element or compound in any proportion such that they do not undergo any chemical change. So in a mixture there will be various molecules. Molecules may be of element, molecules may be of compound, and they may be present in any proportion. It is not necessary that the proportion should be fixed, and they should be mixed in such a way that they do not undergo any chemical change. Example: air is a mixture of a number of gases such as oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, helium, argon, krypton, etc. air is a mixture of number of gases. So over here we are considering air as an example of mixture. Now each substance in a mixture is called constituent or component of the mixture. Over here oxygen is one constituent, nitrogen is another constituent, carbon dioxide is another constituent. So in a mixture there are various constituents. The molecule of one constituent of air are different from the molecule of other constituents. It is not necessary that all the constituent in a mixture will be of same property. They can show different properties. Now this is one example I have taken. This is mixture of dry fruits. In this mixture of dry fruits you can see almonds, cashew, pistachio, peanuts also you can see. So it is a mixture of various dry fruits. Now let us study characteristics of mixtures. The constituent in a mixture may be present in any ratio or proportion. Example, in a mixture of salt and water, the amount of salt and water is not fixed. A glass of water may be mixed with 1 spoonful, 2 spoonful or 3 spoonful of salt. Now in a mixture, the proportion or ratio, it is not necessary that the constituent should be in a fixed proportion or ratio. It can be in any ratio. For example, in a solution of salt and water, it depends on you how much salt you want to mix in a glass of water. You may mix 1 spoonful of salt, you may mix 2 spoonful of salt, or you may mix 3 spoonful of salt in 1 glass of water. So the ratio of salt and water may vary in a mixture, but still salt and water, when they will be mixed, it will be called a solution or a mixture. A mixture does not have any specific property of its own. In a mixture, each constituent exhibits its original properties. So there is no specific property of a mixture. Each constituent shows a property of its own. If we come back on this example, here there are mixture of dry fruits. Almonds is having different properties, different taste. Cashew is having different properties, different taste, different nutrients. Pistachio is having different taste, different nutrients, different property, different color. But all are, when mixed together, they are called a mixture. And all the constituent, almond, cashew and pistachio, will show their own property in a mixture. But a mixture itself does not has its own property. It depends on the constituent. Second, a mixture does not have a fixed melting or boiling point. A mixture like pure substances were having fixed melting and boiling point. A mixture does not have a fixed melting and boiling point because salt is having its different boiling point, water is having its different boiling point, and both salt and water are having different boiling point. They both are constituent of a mixture. So a mixture does not have a fixed melting or boiling point. It depends on the constituents which are added in that mixture. Last is, the constituents of a mixture can be separated by simple physical means. Now, as pure substances, I told you cannot handpick the atoms, you cannot handpick the molecules or elements, but in a mixture you can separate them. You can separate the constituent. For example, you can easily separate almonds, you can easily separate cashew, or you can easily separate pistachio or walnut if I ask you to separate them by hand picking method. Alright, so hand picking is one example of physical method, physical separation. So you can separate the mixture by simple physical means. Thank you students, that's all for today's lesson. This chapter will continue. Do revise the topics, clear your doubts if any in the comment section, and remember, do not chat in the comment section. That is not allowed in the classroom. Have a good day.